We've heard a bunch of rumors about the New York Jets head coaching position over the last few days. And there's another name that's popped up that I want to talk about. Could the Jets hire Dan Mullen? Jets, Jets, Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Guys, there was rumors last night of the Jets possibly bringing in Dan Mullen for an interview in the next coming days. So I wanted to look into him. I wanted to figure out a little bit about this guy and give you my thoughts on what I would do if the Jets hired him and what I think of the hire overall. He's the head coach of the Florida Gators, and he's coached them to a 29-8 record since he has been there. Now, they did get thumped in their bowl game this year, so that wasn't a great look, I guess. But this guy is heralded as a quarterback aficionado, and I know we've heard that with Adam Gase, but this guy seems to be like the real deal in terms of, grooming quarterbacks. Not to mention he is a program builder. It's not a name that we normally associate like a Pat Fitzgerald or a Matt Campbell with team building, but he is just as much a team builder as them. He is, when he got to Florida to now, he has made them better. When he was with Mississippi State, he led them to their first ever number one overall ranking. Like, this guy is definitely a program builder. The quarterback-wise, because the Jets are in an interesting spot, because we're either sticking with Sam Darnold or we're going to draft a quarterback with the number 2 pick. And there's arguments that could be made for both ways, but a guy that has had success grooming quarterbacks would be an interesting route to go, and I think it would make a lot of sense. Now, what quarterbacks has he groomed, you may ask? Well, former number 1 overall pick Alex Smith. He led him, obviously, to be the number 1 overall pick. Tim Tebow with his time in Florida, Dak Prescott from Mississippi. Now Kyle Trask was a Heisman finalist as well, or one of the guys talked about forgetting the Heisman. So I like the idea of bringing him in because I think if you can get the most out of your quarterback, regardless of who that is, the fact that he's had so much success with so many different types of quarterbacks is really interesting because you have guys like Alex Smith, who's mobile but not like a running-ish quarterback like Dak or say, why am I losing train of thought? Tim Tebow, like not that kind of like running back. But then you also have guys like Kyle Trask who are more of a statue in the pocket but have a big arm. So you can kind of see different benefits to having a guy that's good with all types of quarterbacks. So if we draft someone like a Justin Fields, he's had success with it. If we roll with someone like Sam Darnold, he's had success with guys like that. So I like this part of the hire. This would make a lot of sense. For me, a really interesting part of this is if we get him, what if the Jets decide to try and get Dak Prescott from the Cowboys? Because he's going to be a free agent after this year, and I don't know if the Cowboys have enough cap space to franchise tag Dak a second time, because that second franchise tag is 120% the value of what the current tag is. That's a lot of cheddar. That is a whole lot of money, and I don't know if that's the case. And if you think the ankle's all right, Dak Prescott is still, 27 years old? And you don't have to give up a draft pick for him. You're just giving up cap space. The Jets have the second most cap space in the league. So for me, if you could somehow get Dak without having to trade for him, then you own this number 2 overall pick. Then you trade down. If I'm the Jets at that point, I would trade from 2 to 4, allow Atlanta to get the quarterback they want. Then at 3, you have Miami, and then it's sort of a toss-up. Do they take Jamar Chase or do they take Penei Sewell? The Jets sitting at 4 could then take their pick of either one of those guys. Or if Miami trades out and lets a team like, the Panthers jump up to get Kyle Wilson, for instance, now the Jets are sitting at 4. 3 quarterbacks have gone before them, and they have their choice of Sewell or Chase. Then Cincinnati's sitting at 5. Maybe you trade with them. They take Sewell, and then you take Jamar Chase to pair with Dak Prescott. And now, or maybe you take Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, the fantastic tight end from Florida. Or maybe he can reclaim, Chris Herndon and turn him into a Kyle Pitts. Who knows? There's a lot of interesting things. Not to mention, this guy was the one that got a lot of production out of guys like Ja'Kai Polite and Jabari Zuniga, guys that we haven't really seen anything out of. And this is interesting. This is really a cool hire, and it could really get your brain spinning on a whole bunch of different thought processes here. Now, that being said, there's a few weird things about the guy. He wears a Darth Vader mask at his press conferences. He's almost like a Rex Ryan for the offensive side of the ball, if you will. Sort of a kind of charismatic, a little, I don't want to say eccentric, but a little odd duck, if you will. His wife also has a very weird pregame ritual. And It's weird. It's weird. Just take a look at it. From what I've heard, the real magic is what she does on the bus. That's horrible. Florida hasn't seen that type of move since the whole "we're going to eat some wins" by Jameis Winston. Oh, God, that's bad. That's so bad. I'm sorry. Dan Mullen, if you become our head coach, you may want to skip past the part I just did. No, it's a little weird. Like that, I don't know. I like the guy. I think the quarterback history is there. I think he's a little odd. I think he's got a little bit of some different traditions, I guess. But that being said, there is another report that says that no teams have contacted the athletic director about trying to interview Mullen, which is actually what has to happen if an NFL team wants to interview a coach. So I don't think there's anything to this right now. It's an interesting thought process, a cool thought experiment, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Dan Mullen. Would you want to hire him? Do you want the Jets to go a different route? Are you still trying to keep your hopes up for Matt Campbell or Pat Fitzgerald or one of the NFL coordinators? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, go Jets.